Alrighty, folks, you remember Greta Thunberg. She is the idiot child who's trotted out to the world as some sort of moral exemplar, lecturing the adults on the evils of their anti-environmentalist stance. Well, now she is back. She's an adult now, so we can make fun of her. And she is back to declare her support for Palestine. I think everyone is excited to hear from Greta Thunberg, the idiot woman child who was trotted out by the media for years as the spokesperson on behalf of an entire generation. She tweeted out a photo of herself saying, "Week 270, today we strike in solidarity with Palestine and Gaza. The world needs to speak up and call for an immediate ceasefire, justice, and freedom for Palestinians and all civilians affected." She has tweeted 0 condemning Hamas, 0 in support of Israeli civilians, 0. This is a picture of this moron holding a card that says, "Stand with Gaza." And behind her, there's a person holding a sign that says, "Climate Justice Now," with a picture of the Palestinian flag. Because obviously, if there's one group of people on planet Earth who cares deeply about environmentalism, it is the Palestinians. They love environmentalism, which is why they burn giant piles of trash in the West Bank without any regard for the environment, damaging historic sites in the process. They love it. They love it. Why is that happening? That's happening because, again, the environmental movement, the radical environmental movement, of which Greta Thunberg is an integral part, an integral cog, and she's an adult now, so I can make fun of her for being the complete dim-witted moron she always was. The fact that she was trotted out again as some sort of spokesperson for a generation says more about the generation and less about the intelligence of the spokesperson. Shouting "how dare you" at cameras and yelling at adults. I understand that that's the left-wing substitute for actual thought, but the fact that she exposes herself day by day for the complete mentally defunct person she is and morally defunct person she is should tell you something. The reason for all of this is because the radical environmentalist movement was never, ever about the environment. It was never about that. It was about the idea that Western civilization is at root evil. And that's why environmentalists are siding with the Palestinians. That is why you are seeing BLM side with the Palestinians. That coalition is pretty damn telling. I want to talk to you about Daily Wire's most trusted privacy partner and premier sponsor of this show, ExpressVPN. Going online without ExpressVPN, well, it's like using your smartphone without that protective case. You're probably fine for a while, and then one day your kid is playing with your phone, drops the phone, cracks. Not that this has ever happened to me or anything. Well, every time you connect to an unencrypted network in cafes, hotels, or airports, your online data is not secure in exactly the same way. Any hacker on the same network can access and steal your personal data, such as your passwords or your financial details. It doesn't take a lot of technical knowledge to hack somebody. Anybody could do it with some cheap hardware, which is why you need ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet, so hackers can't actually steal your sensitive data. I love how easy ExpressVPN is to use. You don't have to be tech savvy at all. You hit one button, you download it, you hit one button, it is now activated. Secure your online data today at expressvpn.com/Shapiro. That's EXPRESSVPN.com/Shapiro. Get 3 months for free. Visit expressvpn.com/Shapiro to learn more. Again, that's expressvpn.com/Shapiro to learn more and get started today. The October 15th tax deadline just passed. I know many of you might be dreading the stress of filing your taxes. Well, filing taxes, it can be a long, excruciating process. I know, I do it every year. If you fail to file, you will start to pile penalties on that tax debt. That is why you need to check out Tax Network USA. The team at Tax Network USA has a track record of success. They've reduced tax debts for numerous clients totaling over $1 billion. Whether you're looking at a $10,000 or a $1 million tax debt, they can help you with a settlement. It doesn't matter if you haven't filed in 1 year, 5 years, or even a whole decade. Tax Network USA is equipped to secure the best settlement for you. The expert attorneys and tax professionals at Tax Network USA can help resolve all tax cases, no matter how they started. Don't let tax debt control your life any longer. It can completely take over your life, ruin your life. Take the first step toward resolving your tax issues by visiting taxnetworkusa.com/Shapiro. That's taxnetworkusa.com/Shapiro today. Again, work on controlling that tax debt with our friends over at taxnetworkusa.com/Shapiro and get your tax issues under control today. Again, the red-green axis, the communist Hamas axis, is extraordinarily real and, of course, includes environmentalists as well. That, of course, has bled down into our schools because American schools, from high schools to colleges, have been infused with exactly the same level of amorality and moral relativism. Here is some video from a San Francisco high school. These are kids running through the halls in what appears to be the worst remake of High School Musical ever. They're running through the halls wearing terror-supporting outfits and shouting, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." I wonder how Jewish students at the school feel. Remember, safety and feelings of safety only apply if you are not Jewish, apparently, and not white. Those are the restrictions. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, by the way, is a genocidal slogan. Because you may notice that the river is the Jordan River and the sea is the Mediterranean Sea. So they're talking for the, this is a slogan that calls for the mass slaughter of Jews. I always, one of my favorite things is always seeing liberal-minded young women wearing tank tops standing for the Palestinians. See how that goes in Palestinian-controlled territory. See how that goes for you. The Queers for Palestine routine is one of the most ridiculous routines ever. I saw actually a sign at my speech the other night at University of Florida, and it was the trans flag colors that said on it, Free Palestine. Yeah, try that in the Gaza Strip and see how that goes for you. Like that's all fun and games until they cut off your head. But again, it's not about that. They know that. They know that. They're not totally stupid. They understand that, and they know that. And the reason that they're doing it is because, again, the coalition is about destroying institutions of the West and standing against the West. And then they'll figure out what to build afterward when they have to fight with each other. In fact, there were some 1,500 Bay Area students who walked out of school to demand a ceasefire because this is the generation that we have trained, which is you can be as ignorant and stupid as you want to be, and we'll treat you as a hero so long as you walk out of school. We have now created an entire system of students walking out of school to get less educated and be dumber, and we reward them. This is what BLM was all about. And now they're just going to carry that forward to whatever the next intersectional cause is, and today's intersectional cause is genocidal Jew-hating terrorists.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina. Remember, the coalition of the pseudo-oppressed, they're going to rise up and strike down Western civilization. That's what this is. That's what this is. Meanwhile, it has, of course, bled up to our colleges as well. It's bled down from the colleges and bled up to the colleges as well. Yesterday, a UC Davis faculty advisor literally called for the murder of Jews. This was exciting stuff. This would be Gemma Di Cristo, assistant professor of American Studies undergraduate faculty advisor. She wrote, quote, "One group of people we have easy access to in the U.S. is all these Zionist journalists who spread propaganda and misinformation. They have houses with addresses, kids in school. They can fear their bosses, but they should fear us more. Emoji of a knife, emoji of an axe, 3 emojis of blood drops." That is an assistant professor of American Studies at a major American university sponsored by the state. That is a threat of violence. That's like incitement to violence, obviously. But again, the question is why people feel comfortable to post that stuff. Right? Not why people think evil things. People think evil things all the time. Why do they feel in university land that it is acceptable to post all this stuff? And the answer is they feel it is acceptable because it is acceptable to post all this stuff. A faculty Senate statement put out by the staff at Penn is pushing back in favor of anti-Semitism. This is from the faculty Senate tri-chairs. Quote, "As tri-chairs of the University of Pennsylvania Faculty Senate, we write to affirm our commitment to freedom of thought, inquiry, and speech as foundational values of our university." They're talking here about support of Hamas. "We stand in solidarity with all University of Pennsylvania faculty, staff, and students whose research, work, or study has been affected by the recent efforts of intimidation." By intimidation, they mean people who are pulling their money from University of Pennsylvania because they do not wish to subsidize terror support. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.